What's up, everyone? Recently did some drywall work, got it all floated, looking pretty good, and now I'm on to the task of getting it to match my very light orange peel texture that was already on the wall. You can kind of see here, I mean, it's just barely ridged. I like the way that looks, but it's hard to match it sometimes. So what I got is this wall texture. You can get this from Home Depot. You can probably get something similar from Lowe's or any other place like that. And what you're gonna wanna do is you can take this, shake it up for a minute. Make sure you shake it up for at least a minute before you use it. And you'll see here on the top, you can change it from like a fine spray. You can see here, all the way up to medium heavy based off of your texture. Because mine's so light, I put it on the finest setting. And what I always do before I start spraying it on the wall is I get a cardboard box and I just kind of make sure it looks pretty good. That looks good to me. One thing to keep in mind is a lot of times you might see some bumps that are a little bit high. They will dry and kind of come back in a little bit. It won't be as rigid. But I like this texture, it's real light. So let's go ahead and let's do a bit up here and we'll see how it works. All right. I just kind of do a spraying pattern left to right. And I overlap a good bit of the drywall mud. So I want to get it kind of in that corner there. That way it really blends it in. You may have to come back and do another coat or two, but just work it in there. It's easiest to just kind of tap spray and flick your wrist and get it all in there. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna finish this wall out. I'll come back, I'll see if there's any areas that need a little bit more. Like this area here, we can just come back and hit it. You want it to be pretty consistent, but what we'll do is we'll spray the whole wall, we'll come back, see if any more areas need it, and then after that we'll lightly sand it down, which will make it blend this wall here a lot better. All right, we're back. It's only been about 10 or so minutes. But the majority of this is dry for the most part. You can see here where we hit it earlier, the ridges are a little bumpier than, you know, the wall itself is. So what I do is I get a little, this is a 180 grit sandpaper. Switch hands here. You could use 220, something like that, real light. And you just lightly rub over the top of it. Not a lot of pressure, you're just knocking the major ridges off to let it blend with your orange peel a little bit better. So now you can see you still got the pattern there, but it's not as bumpy as it was. You see it here versus over here, we can just knock these off. So, see them coming right off. Not a lot of pressure, especially if you recently sprayed like I did. Just lightly knock them off. Okay, and so you can see here now, it blends a lot better. And when we get a coat of primer, a coat of paint on here, it's gonna look great. One thing to keep in mind is this is not gonna be absolutely perfectly blended, but it will be unnoticeable, right? So once we do this, we get it pretty good. We get our paint, we get our primer and paint on there, then it's gonna look great. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, here it is, all painted. Let's check it out. I'm gonna try to look at the texture here that we put on ourselves. Come down a little bit and you can see this is the original texture. So it's pretty close, it looks great. When you come back, you definitely can't tell that a repair's been done there or anything. So worked out great. I hope this video was helpful. Do me a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe button if it was, and thanks for watching.